Exact same thing. Exact same thing.
So we're calling this is episode 13. Ben and Kay Show, episode 12.
The lost episode.
It got lost. There was a technical difficulty on my side, and I'm willing to admit that in this relationship. So that's, just kind of trying to set the tone for anything we may have in the future, good or bad,
Probably mostly bad.
So, yeah. Here we are in Dallas, Texas. What
D-town?
time is it?
It is 10:08 p.m. Cheers to you.
Our first episode live in the flesh. Got a little whiskey. Hanging out in D-town. And so, what brought me here today? Why are we here?
Well, we're here for Good Friday. First of all, thank you to Jesus for giving us this day off and dying for our sins. Probably going to get us canceled. No, those who know me know that it's a very important part of my life, but also thank you for the day off.
Yeah.
And so we figured we'd go ahead and golf around before Easter, before the holiday. And so I just finished putting the kids to bed a little less than an hour ago. And then we have lots of trying to figure out volume and echoing from the same location, but I think we got it figured out now.
Yeah, we decided to just go fully chopped and screwed. It all worked out.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting there. So.
We're good. It's getting good.
Yeah.
We chased a little ball around a course today.
Yep.
Shout out to Dante and Daniel.
Two incredible guys we got linked up with.
I like it when I'm linked up with chill guys. One time I got linked up with guys who they would spend forever searching for their ball on the golf course. So they'd hit a drive in the woods. They'd spend 7 to 8 minutes looking for it. And then we get on the green and they're like, hurry up. The guys, hey, can you let's get out of here. The guys behind us are waiting to hit. And I'm like, please stop rushing my putts. You spent forever in the woods. Please stop.
Yeah. If you're not that good, you're not that good, right? Like,
you're not that guy, pal.
Yeah. Just drop a ball and I'm not going to count it.
Now, I do the old NFL challenges. Used to be when the first rules came out, it was 1:30 for the ref to review the challenge. So that's what I do with the golf balls. If I can't find it in about 1:30 to 2 minutes, we'll see you.
I heard you mention something about that today, and I didn't understand what you meant.
You just thought it. You were like,
I was like, yeah, sounds good, buddy. What was so I shot a 91.
89.
Yeah, he beat me by 2 strokes. And I think you had a better day. You played. We evened each other out.
Played pretty solid. You were better with your irons, I would say. Your 8-iron was magic today.
Yes.
Just the par he had, as LeBron said, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 pars on the par 3s.
Cleaned up on par 3s.
It was fantastic.
That was probably the best par 3 day I've had ever.
Even the one where you shanked it off the green, your approach shot, you put it close and you put it in from 15 feet, I want to say.
Yeah.
So
off the green.
It was really a very impressive day on the shorter ones. I struggle with those because my accuracy on those, I get way into my head.
Yeah.
Into my head.
Usually
just 6-iron, 4-iron, 2-iron.
You were clean off the tee box. I guess we're giving each other compliments right now.
Yeah.
So
this is where we compliment each other before we file our complaints.
And I liked how you walked off your putts. That seemed like that was you've been doing that for practice, I guess.
Yes.
This is a 12-footer. This is a 6-footer. I was like, okay, he's got it dialed. So,
well, it helps me not rush. Walk it off. So that's my rhythm. I see it. Okay, I can do a quick lineup. I walk it off. So I'm not like, okay, hit it. I walk back. I'm like, all right. 1, 2, set up. It's all about rhythms. Rhythm. I don't
know if we mentioned this already, but the wind was crazy.
On
the first take.
On the first take, we mentioned that. But yeah, 15 to 20 was the standard.
Yeah.
And then gusts up to 30. And it felt like whenever we were about to drive, it was... I took some videos on the course, but you can't actually hear what I'm saying because it's like...
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff going on there.
So I'm very, very pleased with my 89. First of all, it's my record on that course, which I've played there several times before. And
we even played blues. We thought about playing whites. We were like, it's kind of windy. Like, let's go up a little bit.
Let's get up a little senior tees. Where's the ladies' tees at?
We're like, no, we're going to we're going to do it right. We're going to play blues. Never from the tips, because like Cat Williams said, you don't get anything for doing that.
No, I already paid.
Yeah.
But shout out once again to Dante.
Yeah.
He was, I think he hit every green. Every fairway with his drives. He was smoking it.
And Daniel had that power on him, but that boy, he couldn't get it straightened out. But
I couldn't.
Shout out to you either. If you see this, you're a cool dude.
Shout out to the guy who hit into me.
What's on the list? What's on the agenda? We got to talk about what we had. We don't have to necessarily rehash it. Let's pick up with those topics, but in real life.
Real life topics.
So, little, my pick for the NCAA tournament champion is gone.
R.I.P.
UNC lost to Alabama.
Ugh.
Alabama. And that wouldn't have happened 10 to 15 years ago, but in today's society, those things happen. And
equality.
So, I might have picked them because I like their color. The light blue.
One seed.
They were also 1 seed. They're gone. And as soon as I tuned into the tournament in the first and second round, I said, I think Purdue's going to win this thing. And they're headed that direction.
They stomped today.
Yeah.
They won by 12.
80-68 against Gonzaga.
Yeah, I lost 2 of my Final Four yesterday in Arizona and Iowa State, including my finalist in Arizona. So my bracket's it's done. It's okay. Busted. You know what? We tried. We really tried hard, but it's gone. And Houston and Duke are playing right now, and Duke is up 2 as the second half just started. And Creighton, my other Final Four pick, is up by 1 against Tennessee. And I might go over 4 in the Sweet 16 and just try to get the lowest score possible. But at least Marquette didn't go through, and you just kind of,
you take it. You take what you got. I still got faith in Duke. I mean, Duke. I had a North Carolina Duke championship game, so
that's pretty good, actually.
We'll see if they can pull it out. Go back one step. Who else was playing now?
It's only Creighton, Tennessee, and Duke, Houston. So Gonzaga got slapped by Purdue.
I was going to note the NC State. So men and women's, they're both in the Elite Eight.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the women upset Stanford, who I think might have been a number 1 seed, or maybe
2.
They were a 2 seed.
Yes, because I just looked at that because I saw
LSU, South Carolina, UConn, somebody else would have been the 4.
I feel like UConn men and women, did they win it once? Texas, the other 1 seed.
UConn women
and men both won the same year one time?
That happened 1 year. I think it might have been probably like a Diana Taurasi year. I think so, honestly. She won 4. Or it might have been after that. It might have been the year Kemba Walker. Because they won, right?
I feel like they did.
Kemba won.
UConn men and women win the national championship.
Driving up this morning, that is a thought that went through my mind, as I was not surprised that UNC lost, because when I watched them play Michigan State the other day, I said, to win the tournament, you need 2 things. You need a great team, and you need a great player. You usually need the greatest player, the MVP of the tournament. And I said, man, this team doesn't have a Kemba Walker. Was I right?
2013, 2014, you were right.
Wow.
Smoked it.
I mean, it happens.
Just always right all the time. That's the way we go. Yeah, it seems like the great players are not, I don't know. The men's tournament and the women's tournament are kind of weird. Yeah. It seems like the women's tournament has the star power, and I don't know if that's the one and done NIL money come into play, because NBA money is so much better than college money, whereas WNBA money is not as good as college money.
You're right.
So
100%.
I also, this is just me, something I've noticed. The women, the girls, the ladies. What word am I looking for?
Women. You can just say women.
The women's game, they seem to chirping at the refs more, and seem to be chirping at each other more from what I've seen.
I'm gonna let that one slide.
And so I'm like, I don't know what to think about it. It's interesting. Whenever there was I thought it was a horrible call the other day in the game I was watching, and the guy just like shook it off and walked off. It's like, whatever. Okay. It's all right. That's the game. And It just seems interesting because I feel like in men's basketball traditionally,
Oof. Well, you're going down a road.
we've been we like to talk.
Right.
Boys like to talk.
They usually complain more. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And so it's just an interesting thing I've noticed this year. But it could be anecdotal error because it's only the games I've seen and the highlights I've watched. But I'm just saying.
There has been a lot of clips of, and that was the fourth team, Iowa. Caitlin Clark, I guess they're giving her a hard time. I don't mind yelling at the refs or yelling at your teammates. For me, I think it's a passion thing.
Yeah,
when you're doing that, I'm like, hey, they want to win.
Yeah, mine was. I was just making a note of it.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, we're not getting into a gender war right now.
Casey, why do you think Title IX should be revoked? Go ahead and give me your 3 reasons.
But yeah, in general, tournament's been decent. I've watched a handful of games. What were the other notes we hit on the other night? I was not as excited about who was the guy who hit like 10 3-pointers.
Oh,
I just wasn't in the mood for a Cinderella story this year. I was like,
Grand Canyon University guy.
BCU. Seth Curry was fun.
Seth or Steph?
I think Steph. Did I say Seth?
I think you said Seth. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. One of those Curry guys, whoever played for Davidson. And then I can't think of my other favorite ones. I think FAU.
Oh, what was the one
a few years back?
The Florida Gulf Coast.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Florida Gulf Coast. Yeah. I knew there was a Florida team. I wasn't sure.
There's so many colleges in Florida.
Oh, man. What's your top 3? Besides, your top 3 non-traditional. So take out Florida State,
Miami. Central Florida had that undefeated season where they claimed the national championship in football. Are we talking basketball or football?
Let's talk football.
Okay, so then South Florida has been good off and on.
Ooh, and I like their logo.
Yes, I like the bull.
Right? Yeah.
FAU, Florida Atlantic. I want to say they're the Owls.
I liked when Kiffin was there.
Yes, that's how I know them.
That's probably the top.
Florida
3,
International. I think they're a snake logo. Florida Gulf Coast. They're
Florida Gulf Coast is like a gator or something.
No,
it's like a. I mean, it's
different
not.
Type
it's
of
not
gator.
The gator. It's like it's like a
off-brand little Walmart gator.
Yeah,
they're the crocodiles.
Let me tell you about crocodiles.
Later in a while. Oh, the other thing we hit on is who's your friend who likes Kentucky?
Oh, JC Evans.
Hi, JC.
Shout out to my boy. Love you, bro.
You should fire your coach, JC.
Yeah, he's an Ohio State fan. He loves Kentucky. He's from Ohio. So he actually lives in, or I don't think he lived there anymore, but he once lived in New Boston, Ohio. And he lived in New Boston, Texas.
Oh.
So, my man, my boy.
So this is one of the things that
we were glad. I wasn't necessarily glad. You were more glad than me to see Kentucky lose.
Oh yeah, I don't like Kentucky basketball, but that's okay.
Second round or first round?
They got knocked out in the first round. See, what gets me though is, let me see if I can share my screen here. It's one of those things that kind of messes you up on geography.
Mm-hmm.
Is just
talking about geography.
I'm talking about geography.
Now, let me tell you about geography.
The fact that if you see here, there's Kentucky and there's Ohio, and they border each other. And in my mind, Kentucky's way further south than that. So that one, and then I guess just because I live in Texas and it's so big, but that one messes me up.
Texas.
And the fact that Pennsylvania's way up there too. And I think Gettysburg is in Pennsylvania. So yeah. So those are a couple things that just mess me up on geography. Just how north Kentucky is. I don't know why. I don't think it just in my mind it doesn't border Ohio.
Geography, topography,
cinematography,
choreography, monogamy,
polygamy.
So
why is it polygamy and monogamy?
What was your favorite game to date? Your favorite moment in the tournament?
I enjoyed. So I always like the upset, and then my favorite game to date was Creighton, Oregon, because that one cracked me up a little bit. Because I have Creighton in the Final Four, which seems like it's a dicey proposition right now.
Shout out Dougie McDermott.
Let's go, but because they got to play Purdue next round, the winner. what got me was they talked about so in this game you had the Oregon player who had 30 something points, 32 points. You had one Oregon player with 32 points. Kushnard, I'm reading. And then Dante, another shout out to Dante. Dante's Inferno. He was the center. He had 28 points and 20 rebounds. And the entire second half, Kushnard would get the ball and they'd run a pick and roll. And that was the play. And then he would either pass it or shoot it, as you do on a pick and roll.
Yeah.
But he'd only pass it to Dante. And that was it. It was a two-man game. The other three would camp, and none of them took a shot, really. None of them made a basket till late in the second half. They scored like 40 straight points, the two of them. Then late, Oregon's about to win. I'm like, Oregon's going to win this game.
Yeah.
And then Creighton starts double-teaming Kushnard, the point guard. And so he has to pass it around. They start missing shots. And then Nelson's like, what a great coaching adjustment by, I don't know the coach's name off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly. And I'm like, no, just do that in the 5 minutes into the second half. Like, oh gosh, seems like these two guys are killing us. And the guy scored 40 last round. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I kept on going like, double him, make him give the ball up. And then finally they did. And they're like, oh, that's what great coaches do.
Go to the overall bracket. I'm trying to think of I don't think I have a favorite game. I think I'm gonna play the future card. I'm gonna say my favorite game is to come. And the reason I'm saying that is because, do you remember what I vowed to you at the beginning of the tournament? I said I wasn't going to watch a full game until the Final Four.
I was going to say,
I've watched some fourth quarters or second halves, whatever they call it. I haven't really watched a full. I think I watched maybe 2 full games at work the first day, but it's kind of in and out. I was trying to act like I was working as well.
Tap, 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 tap,
Yeah.
tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, we got screens around the office, so I was just kind of like peeking over there.
They know. If they put on a screen around the office, they know.
But Final Four, I think it's going to be great, and whoever Purdue is going to play in the chip. If it's Purdue UConn, I think that's going to be a solid game because that coach gets hype. And what's that tall dude on Purdue? He's a beast. He's put up crazy numbers.
Yeah,
I think
dropped a train today.
Some kind of comparison.
That's a Boilermaker joke.
Oh,
Edie, 27 points. 27 points at 14 rebounds in 38 minutes. I'm worried about his minutes. He seems like he plays a lot.
He's intimidating looking.
The tall man, the tall inside man doesn't have as much of a place in the modern NBA. You want to pick the games? So we got tomorrow in the Elite Eight, you have UConn, Illinois.
I'm going to go UConn.
I'm going to go Illinois just because A and B, they've been killing teams. So I picked them to lose really early. So might as well. Second game, Clemson, Alabama, BCS final.
What kind of game is that in the NCAA tournament this deep?
I know, a 6 seed and a 4 seed going for the Final Four.
I'm going to go Alabama.
I'm going to go Clemson once again just because I don't really want Alabama to win. I have no basis for this. Alabama's probably better.
Yeah.
Alabama's definitely a better offense, and they're definitely hot.
Who's left tonight? Who's still going?
We have...
So you want Creighton.
I want Creighton and Houston to win. So if Creighton wins, obviously I'll take them over Purdue, even though that's stupid.
I'm going to go Tennessee.
And then you think Tennessee is going to win? Okay. Yeah. And then Tennessee or Purdue?
Tennessee or Purdue.
Because that'll be the Final Four, or the Elite Eight matchup. Purdue.
And I got Duke beating Houston. So
I'll take Houston over Duke, and I'll take Houston over NC State, or Duke over NC State. Whoever wins that, I'll take over.
Yeah, NC State's out in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, and then I'll take, if Tennessee wins tonight, I'll take Purdue over Tennessee.
Yeah. I will say I used to have somewhat of a soft spot for NC State, just because I'm thinking like way back in the day, like when J.J. Redick was at Duke, and every Jay Williams in the book was at UNC. I was always like, man, NC State kind of gets, they're kind of looked over.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
they're an 11 seed this year.
Yeah. I had a soft spot for them, but for some reason I didn't want to see them win in the past round. So
I don't want to see you do well, but I have a spot for you in my heart.
It's not them, it's me.
But,
not this year. So in line with basketball, NBA is heating up, and we're tracking the Mavericks We want the Mavericks to make it to the playoffs this year, unlike last year.
Even though the tank job did really well to get Lively, so I have no complaints.
I don't know if that's what happened.
What do you mean?
I mean, they weren't trying to tank.
Oh, they got fined because Kidd was basically said, yeah.
Last year?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
He basically was like, yeah, I'm trying to limit minutes and da-da-da. And
you sure that was last year?
100% sure.
Because they were like the 10th. I guess it's...
They fell out of the play-in.
They went from 10 to 11.
Because, there we go. So the Mavs are down 3. It's 63-60 with 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Now, if they win tonight, they will be 2 full games up on the Kings.
And the
with 9 games left to play.
What's the series with the Kings this year?
I think we'd win it.
I think we'd win it too. And that's probably more important because there's going to be a lot of ties. And when it comes down to those tiebreakers of how you played, whatever the records are on the matchups are going to play a big role in the seedings. And I don't think they're going to get to the 5th. I'd love that. But the Pelicans keep winning, dog.
I know. It's so frustrating because I told you because a few weeks ago, you can track this if you want. This would tie the season series, by the way, it looks like. Looks like the Kings took the first 2. But yeah. No, I told you early in the season, I thought the Mavs would make it up to the 5th seed, partially because their schedule was so easy in the second half. That's kind of what we're seeing. And so I was like, they'll catch the Pelicans. But no, the Pelicans just keep freaking winning.
Yeah.
And then the Clippers kind of turn it around. They've won a couple games. 2 out of the last 3, I think. So
I can't remember the name of the Pelicans coach, but every time I see his name, I think of Willis McGahee.
Oh, gosh. By the way, Brunson scored 61 tonight.
Wow.
Oops.
Even with the new rules.
And Wemby got a 40-20, 40 burger and a 20 burger, yeah.
I'm kind of tired of seeing his stats already.
I know. He's just going to be a stat monster. Yeah, the Kings won the first 2.
Okay. So
anyway.
We have to win.
Yeah, we just have to keep freaking winning, man. And that even up the season series. And that probably would effectively take us out of the play-in, which no one wants to be in the play-in.
True.
Except for LeBron, who's like, I can win 2 games, so I want to.
Especially in the West. I think there's a slim chance the Lakers may hop into the 8th. I know right now they're 2 games behind the Suns, but...
The Suns got the hardest schedule in the league remaining, so yeah, could happen.
They did just lose tonight. They lost to the Pacers, who I don't necessarily enjoy.
You don't like the Pacers?
I like their coach. I like Rick Carlisle. I loved him in Dallas, and I think it's great. Maybe it's like the weird shooting style of Halliburton.
Oh.
And the guy I do like though is T.J. McConnell. You know who I'm talking about?
I know the guy.
Our size.
I appreciate that.
And he's been in the league for like 9 or 10 years.
See,
he's just a grinder. He's one of those, plumber mechanics who made it to the league.
just a workhorse. No talent. Yeah. He has no talent, no natural talent. He just works hard. I always love that. It's like, he works so hard.
He's such a grinder.
Just a coach on the floor, blue collar guy, brings his lunch pail every day.
He's a real killer. That was a segue lob.
Dunk.
Why would I say that?
About the worst dictators in the world?
Well, because you brought this up to me. I don't remember when this was.
We were listing our top 5 favorite dictators in history.
Yeah.
And
we were like...
well, I was going to say, who would you want to have in your top 10? Or sorry, in your starting 5 if you have a basketball game with all the dictators in the world. And it's mostly, this is born out of the fact, I read this article a few years ago about Kim Jong-un. No. Kim Jong-un? Yeah, Kim Jong-un's the current one. Sorry, Kim Jong-il was his dad.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting that right. Yeah. So Kim Jong-un, apparently when he was in college, went to college somewhere in Europe under a fake name. And they caught up with his roommate or someone who knew him in college.
It was Timothy.
Yeah, my name's Timothy. Timothy John Yoon. It's a different guy. I get that a lot.
Whatever. Yeah.
But the guy was like, he was talking about his basketball game, and he's like, he's a super explosive player, and it's like, dropping bombs everywhere. I was like, golly, stop describing it like that. Stop it. Stop it. Just dynamite out there. Like, stop.
Real killer.
Real killer. Stop talking. And so I kind of started, in my head, I started this list of who would be on my starting 5. And obviously, if Kim Jong-un's that good at basketball, I got him at shooting guard.
Let's bounce it back and forth.
All right, so obviously, I'm starting Kim Jong-un at the shooting guard.
The first thing that came to mind for me was Osama bin Laden, power forward. But now that I'm kind of thinking about it, he may be the tallest. Because I could say small forward. I don't know. Yeah. In today's NBA, I'd put him at power forward for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And then for me, and I wanted to take this approach, I was going to have Hitler as my head coach because of his ability to rally people.
Yeah.
And kind of like mentally get them locked in. I don't know if I want to put him on the floor because he has a hard time getting along. Like, he's going to have a hard time getting along with the team.
I was a real dictator of a head coach, but yeah.
Right. But when they come over to the bench, like, he's going to set the tone. Very defensive minded, or offensive minded. I don't know. A little bit of both.
Probably a little bit of both. He'll definitely come with new ways to attack.
Yeah.
If you understand the history of the Blitzkrieg.
I'd sign him to I'd probably sign him to a 10-year deal.
Yeah. Give me Genghis Khan for my second pick. I have no idea what his height would be.
Okay.
But I want him at the center, at the 5 spot. Sorry. Because in order. Wow, that's great. Partially because of his real direct attacking route. Yeah. So that's where I want to do Genghis Khan.
Ooh, I didn't even know he was an option. Caesar?
Do you count Caesar? I guess Caesar would be a dictator.
I would more I may put Brutus in there. As a a small forward, but a 3-and-D kind of guy. Because they're not going to expect that out of him.
And just stab you in the back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who would be a good defensive dictator, because I've got 2 strong offensive players.
Stalin, how's his?
Yeah, Stalin. He defended against Hitler. That's the thing. But the problem is he does not play well with others because I just had a little gurgle there. Just burp into the mic. That's what they always tell you. So Stalin for defensive efforts is fine, but if you've ever seen those pictures of him with his 4 friends, and the next year it's him with his 3 friends, the next year with 2, and then the next year it's just him. And there's another one, give me your hand real quick, where he's clearly shaking hands with someone, and the person's gone, and the hand is still there. They couldn't Photoshop at the time, so he's pretty brutal and does not play well with others. But man, the defense at Stalingrad, I guess was that Leningrad at the time? I'm trying to get my World War II mixed up here. But
dude, bring up a good list. I need some more.
I thought I had a few lists, but
I mean, you guys think about it a little bit. Who's y'all's favorite dictators? I may put
Hitler, Stalin,
Saddam Hussein. I don't know. Saddam, he's going to be a 2 guard for sure. He's not. He's a good off the ball.
Off the ball.
He's for sure off the ball. I can't remember. I had somebody as my point guard, and I can't remember who it was. I think we did. Did we say Napoleon?
Oh yeah, Napoleon definitely would run the floor.
Yeah. And he's a little shorter guy, from what we've been told. And so he may be penetrate the lane, kick it out to 3. Osama comes up and sets the pick. They can have a nice little 2-man game going. If Hitler, if that's what he's running.
I tell you what, there's a lot of different options we can go. But I think that's pretty close to a good starting 5 between the 2 of us.
We're getting there.
Yeah, I got some thinking about. Caesar. Alexander the Great's another offensive player I'd probably want on there. I don't know if you qualify him as a dictator rather than just an emperor, but a kind of conqueror. So the lines are so blurred on this. But once again, real attacking player. I want an attacking-minded team.
He'd be somewhat of a 1-2 guard. He could be.
Yeah, well, if I got him, I got Kim at 2, and I got Genghis at the 5.
Osama.
We got Osama at the 4. And then Napoleon at the 1. So is he the 3? Is he the small forward?
Well, the one thing we did say
he's
is
a slasher.
We could throw Draymond in there too.
And then Draymond Green at
because
5,
he would make it on that squad.
He would be great.
He'd be intimidated. He can get them all going too.
I don't think he's scared of anything. I think he'd be like, look, guys.
So put Draymond at the 3, and for me that does it.
That's a championship caliber team.
Yeah.
And this is our last episode after we're blocked for all that.
Yeah, but none of that has anything to do with anything that
So back to the Nuggets.
Or
I don't like any dictators.
Yeah. So go.
NBA, I do like taters. Just regular
tater salad.
Tater tots. Taters on stick.
Yeah, so that's a lot of basketball going on right now. NCAA tournament. Sweet 16
and
going down to the Elite
Tennessee 8 on a 14-0 run.
In the middle of a monologue. NBA is coming to the end of the year. We're tracking the play-in the West. We definitely want the Mavericks in there.
Oh yeah,
and a weird way to segue, but in regard to terrorists and morality, a lot of people have been talking about this golf, right? So we've been looking at it from a purely gaming standpoint, and what we're talking about is
the Live Golf and PGA potential merger / who's going to sell out / all that stuff. And it's been interesting to say the least because you have a lot of accusations specifically flying from PGA and others towards Live Golf, which is understandable. But then I think, as I said, probably in our lost episode, I think the PGA lost the high ground when they just said, yeah, we're open to negotiate. Because you're like, oh, these guys, can't negotiate with them. It's blood money, blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, how much you want to merge? So it just seems like they lost all moral high ground and people stopped caring after that point. But where are we at in our negotiations that we're leading?
So from what I've heard, and of course we get all the inside information, the deal was supposed to be set in December. Here we are in March. There's no deal set. I think some of the question marks have been, is there going to be punishment for the PGA players or for the LIV players that come back to the PGA Tour? Are the LIV players going to be able to take part in the equity sharing that was created from, what is it called now, the PGA Group?
Right.
Which is like the PGA and then this sports something.
Conglomerate is a good word.
I think that's the big two. And then the last one was, are they going to keep the team play?
Yeah, and that's the one that I feel like they're doing it wrong. So I very loosely follow F1. It's so hard to get into new sports.
And somebody else just won the most recent event. Shout out to my boy James. He was keeping me up to speed on this.
On F1. Is James, we need to call him.
Yeah, we should get him called in for sure.
We're going to see if we can get
James. You're going to get called in. So not your brother James, but James Burnett. But we can also call him
Sites won. The Ferrari guy won. Wow. Oh, because I think that's because what's his face? Verstappen had some issues.
Yeah, but don't let me get away from your point.
Oh, so the point is like with Formula One, Ferrari, McLaren, you have these teams that like people follow because of their brand identity. BMW, Mercedes, stuff like that. And so if you're a Ferrari guy and you love Ferraris, you want to wear the Ferrari hat. And then it's like, oh, it's the Ferraris. And like my brother and I loosely have been following it pretty loosely for a while. And we do like Verstappen and Red Bull because we drank Red Bulls growing up. So I'm like, oh, there's a Red Bull team.
Yeah.
But then can you name me 3 LIV teams? I'll look them up. But
I could name the players on there.
No,
I couldn't necessarily name the teams. I know DeChambeau's got a team. Koepka. Maybe like the green lasers.
The green lasers, the blue tasers.
The red rums, the blue
balls, the blue balls. We saw a group of 4 today that they were all dressed in blue. I was like,
yeah. So the point you're saying is that the LIV or whatever this conglomerate ends up being, the team name should be based on what, a brand?
That's what I would do. I would love Team Titleist versus Team Nike versus Team First team Callaway. Strixon, Team Kirkland. I would let's go Kirkland. Let's go Costco boys.
Yeah. Oh man, the Kirtland, that'd be grinders.
They'd be such grinders. They'd all be the underdogs.
Just tee off with a 3 wood. And
that's what you did today.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. It worked out for me.
All right, so here are the team names for those of you who care. You have the 4 Aces. I just remember that name because DJ's on that, Dustin Johnson, and Patrick Reed, who I don't know if there's any fans of Patrick Reed.
Yeah, I thought he was on the 76ers.
You have the Gleeks. No idea what that means. And I know nobody on that team. You have the Crushers. That's the one
they
with
won,
the
right?
Shambo. Yes. Okay. They won the team championship.
Paul Casey, great name.
It is.
Yeah.
There it is. That's a good one. Sergio Garcia's on the Fireballs. Once again, no idea what that means. High Flyers has Phil Mickelson. Once again, couldn't have said that. Ironheads. Funny.
Yeah.
But
Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legion 13, that's the John Rahm team.
Well, go up a little bit. Look at that guy, man. He's
John
dressed in like a grease lightning.
They always wear the Live Golf one, yeah. And then Magic Sticks, once again.
I got the magic stick. So the point is,
range goats? What does that mean? What does that even mean? Rippers? Like, what is that? What?
Yeah,
like, what
you're not going to get tied to these teams. And so in order to bring the team aspect into PGA, you're thinking there needs to be some way to tie the fans to the teams.
You got to, because then because part of the fun of F1 is the parties, and then each team will set up a little booth. I mean, that's not a little booth; it's a big party.
Yeah,
and you're cheering because you love Ferraris, and you have a little bit of national loyalty as each team is from a different country, or many teams are from different countries, but it seems more so the brand loyalty. If you love Ferraris, you're going to love Team Ferrari. Like, I would cheer for Team Pro V1 or Team TaylorMade or Team Callaway. Like, yeah, you know, you're like, whatever brand you're playing with, you want to see them do well. I'd love Team Nike with Tiger, but I mean, obviously Sunday Red now, but still, just there's nothing to tie me to Crushers,
GC,
4 Aces, Fireballs.
Yeah, I don't know how they came up with those names anyways.
They just looked in ChatGPT, come up with golf team names.
Yeah. Give me 12, 13 golf team names. My whole
Legion
thing with
13, that's just like, hey, we've got a 13th team. What should we name them?
My feedback on the Live tour was I thought it should have some type of I compared it to Survivor, the reality TV series, and I haven't watched since season 2, which is like in 2004. I watched the first 2 seasons ever. But the thing that kept you drawn in on Survivor was you wanted to go the next week because more people were getting eliminated. And you were trying to decide who was getting...
Oh, this guy's next.
Yeah, who's getting voted off the island. So I thought that they should have some kind of like... If they have 14 events, eventually like teams start to get eliminated. And it wire, you know, you go down to the wire. I don't know if that would have worked or not, but... That,
worth a shot.
Something to like keep you engaged and like, oh, what's going to happen next week? And so that's the part that they got to like, you know, the PGA does a good job of like hyping up an event, and then they have the Masters that's like classic stuff, but they got to have some kind of way to like grab the fan with if they're going to keep a team aspect and get the players pumped about it. I don't think they care right now.
They don't. It's just different money for them though. Money's great.
Yeah. 300 mil. I mean, I'd go over there and play for 300 mil.
What's your Saudi number? What
My Saudi number was 10.
It's 10. I'd do like 3.
I'd probably do 3. Yeah. Saudi number is if, you know, somebody called you right now, they're like, hey, in order to do your exact job and your, I guess, kind of your exact life right now, but you have to move to Saudi Arabia for a year, we said? It
was for 1 year.
What would be your breaking point, your number to go?
You got to live over there all year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what's the number? And I think I said mine was 3 million. If I
may get closer to yours. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like,
I'd probably settle for less than that. But yeah, if someone goes for $1 million, you have to live in Dubai. Let's make it 2.
Move over there, yeah.
Got to uplift your life. Uplift?
Yeah.
Uproot.
Lift up.
Lift up. I mean, it works.
Love hurts.
Love will lift you up where you belong. And score update. Duke is up 2. with 5 minutes
Duke
left.
is winning by 2.
And Tennessee's up 10.
So Tennessee's going to beat Creighton. Oh, my
The
gosh.
Mavs are down 9.
Kings
We're
are
still in
walking away
third.
with it.
It's only 9.
So are Luka and Kyrie playing?
As far as I know, it's not a back-to-back.
Go to some box scores.
Box scores, Doncic, Irving.
Best players, Daniel Gafford right now. He's the man, dude.
5 and 4, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just,
In general.
he's a
Lively's played great tonight.
he's a great difference maker on the squad.
He has been fantastic. I've been loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Something else we discussed, which this is a minor topic, but you got to watch The Godfather.
And I was playing the
I can't
song
remember the
earlier.
song
You were
right
like,
now.
what is that song?
How was it? How'd it go?
I don't know how to go.
I just lost it.
That's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I'm just playing for those of you at home.
That's Halo.
Halo.
Anyways, yeah, I rewatched.
That's what
My
he used
pops
to.
was a big Godfather guy growing up, and so I rewatched it recently, and I was enamored by the opening scene in Godfather 1. It's about a 25-minute scene. It's a wedding, but it's the character introduction. Or it introduces all the characters. What's it called? Character formation? What's the word I'm looking for? Character
development?
Character development, yeah. It develops all the characters in like pretty unique way. And so, anyways, if you get the chance, go watch The Godfather, rewatch it. It's like $3.49
Oof.
on Amazon Prime. That's where I got it. Shout out to Amazon Prime. And
Big fans.
on that note, I have an Audible account that I didn't realize I've been paying for the last year.
You should have a lot of credits there.
Yeah. I was like, I thought I had turned it off. I have like 13 credits.
Oh, there you go.
The reason I found out is because I got an email that one of them was about to expire.
Oh, snap.
Straight up. Yeah.
They're
So
like,
I was
hey, you
what in
need
the
to use
world?
this.
I was like, I thought I turned that off.
Oh, no.
And so check your subscriptions, people. Take care of your finances.
Insert ad
Take
here.
care of your family. This is brought to you by
Whatever
Venmo.
something that takes away
This
subscriptions.
is brought to you by Venmo. Pay it fast.
Pay it now. Venmo.
NFL. What do we have NFL with?
Not too much. We're pretty certain the Bears are going to take Caleb Williams. The only thing now that's interesting is the Vikings have 2 first-round picks, so they're probably going to try to move up.
Saw that.
Right now, we're only in speculation, so it's like they wrote this whole big article about the Vikings trading for Kyler Murray, but it's just based on what some random GM saying
I didn't see that.
they should trade for Kyler Murray. Like that was it. That was all he said. He was like, oh, they should do this, and then they're like, here's all the analysis.
Oh
So
my gosh.
we're at such a dead point in free
Is Cliff
agency.
Kingsbury coming back to the NFL?
I don't know. Is he?
No, just like joking.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
part of speculation.
Yeah, it's just like pure. Someone said something, and we desperately need content. So, but to go back to my previous thing that I showed, my little research project. No, I would not trade for Kyler Murray nor any non-Pat Mahomes quarterback. I would draft a new one.
Yeah, probably smart. They're too expensive right now.
They're too expensive, and then spend your cap money. But what do you do with Addison and Jefferson, Hawkinson? All these players you have lined up for a great quarterback to throw to. I guess, if I were them, I'd just keep them. Try to re-sign Jefferson, obviously, and then keep them to help boost your rookie quarterback. But yeah, right now we're just in a waiting period, just like the Cowboys. We'll sign somebody when we sign somebody.
Waiting on the world to change.
Oh, that's the other thing. Dak, it seems like Dak and the Cowboys have basically mutually agreed that this is the last year.
It's either going to happen this year or they're going to blow it up.
That's what it seems like, because the coach is in the last year, the quarterback's in the last year. I don't know if they signed the DC to a 1-year contract, but yeah, it seems like it's this year or it's never.
Look at it from their perspective. Tony Romo goes down in 2014, 2015, roughly? Something like
Gosh,
that.
I don't even know anymore. It's been so long.
And they drafted Dak in the 4th round. He has a good preseason, and they're like, hey, I think this guy can start. He goes 8-1 or 7-1 and something like
2016.
that. Romo comes back, and they're like, hey, your career's over now. And he's like, oh, I thought I had a couple years left in the tank. And then that created the Dak years. So They kind of fell into that in a weird way. I'm not defending the Cowboys, but I'm just speaking my mind right now. So I get it from the perspective of, hey, we've tried this long enough. It's either going to work or it's not, and it may be time to blow it up and try something new.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year the first year. Has played well pretty much every year.
Yeah, he's solid. I love Dak.
Probably a top 5 guy last year as far as regular season, but it just seems like just like Romo, when the playoffs come around, it's just something happens.
Couldn't make it happen.
Can't make it happen, whatever the reason is.
Again.
Just like Romo.
Yeah.
That's the cruel irony of life, especially when you had, and part of it too, the defense was fraudulent. And I said that too. I have group text messages on that of like, saying, I kind of think the defense is fraudulent. I don't know. So I can show receipts on that if you'd like, if anyone calls me out.
Here was the question I was going to ask you, and we can both answer.
No.
There's been a trend going on right now. I guess maybe there's been some comments made recently about grown men commenting on younger people. Men who are painting their fingernails.
Oh, on Caleb Williams specifically?
Yeah. So I don't think I've talked to you about this. So I'm going to get your live response. What do you think about guys painting their fingernails? Without using the G word.
Good? Great?
Yeah,
no.
That's it.
Free country. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Freedom of speech works both ways. The question would be, how does that work in a locker room, specifically for Caleb Williams? Do you think the people in the locker room be like, yeah, cool, whatever? Or be like, bro, that's weird?
Yeah.
It's like
with a room full of 25 to 35-year-old men.
Yeah.
Right. He's coming from a room full of 18 to 20-year-old dudes that kind of probably think more like him.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, he's going to
walk into a room with guys our age who are in the league, and we were going to be like, bruh.
Unfortunately, more like your age than my age. 34 is when, Travis Kelce's younger than me.
Yeah.
Does that hurt a little bit?
Wow.
That hurts a little bit, doesn't it? Happy birthday, Travis, whenever you see this.
Yeah, love you.
But, here's the deal. If you win, no one really cares.
Yeah.
But if you lose, it's just another distraction. It's kind of like the Tebow or Kaepernick thing. If you win, you're the starter, boy, you can deal with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not the starter, people aren't going to sign you because you're a distraction. If you're not winning, people are going to be like, you're too distracted by X, Y, Z. So
that's a good comparison, like Tebow. My first thought was Sunshine from Sunshine. From Remember the Titans. I was like, he rolled in and he did his thing. So
they went undefeated that year.
Yeah.
So you're calling the Bears? You're saying the Bears are going to go undefeated? That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's definitely not what I'm saying. I feel like they're going to be 8-9.
I'm going to go wins the division.
Okay,
but I'm going to go for it.
They're going to be 10-7.
I'm going to say because they play the last place. No, do they play the last place schedule? No, because they got the Lions. Hang on. I'm going to have to look at the schedule before I make that bold call. But I'm going to say.
Well, I'm going instinctual.
Man, I really like the Lions.
Are they going to have
10 wins?
10 wins or more?
I'm going to say Caleb Williams, Rookie of the Year.
Ooh.
10 wins, wild card round. Lions win the division, though, because the Lions are really good.
Yeah.
Packers take a step back.
That guy drinks a lot of caffeine.
Who's that?
The Lions head coach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell. Love that guy.
He said he gets like 2 ventis with double shots of espresso.
I need a quad shot. Let's go. Do you know what a quad shot is?
I do now.
It's 4 shots of espresso.
4 shots of espresso. I
wanted to talk about hockey unless you had another basketball, baseball, football note.
No, I think it's good.
Okay, so hockey, when we recorded this last week, it was that the basically the top 8 teams were virtually all tied at still a close game. Creighton's
7 points.
Yeah, Creighton's crawling back. It's a 6-point lead for Tennessee with 5 minutes left. Now, what's cool about hockey, it was the top 8 teams were roughly within 7 points. Now, the Stars have won 6 straight and are now in first place in the Western Conference. Let's go. But yeah, basically, the fun thing about it is Detroit is not in it, so who cares? Sorry, I meant the Rangers of hockey. The New York Rangers are the best team in the league with 102 points. And the Stars are the second best team in the hockey with 101 points. And you have 2 teams with 98, 2 teams with 99, and a team with 97. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams all within 3 to 4 points of each other. 1 or 2 games basically, with 8 games left, 9 games left, depending on what they played.
Right.
So any one of those teams could win the whole thing, and it would not be a surprise. It is super tight at the top. So like the NBA in the East, the Celtics running away with it, and then there's some kind of tight 2 through 5, and then in the West, 1 through 3 is real tight, and then 4 and 5 kind of are set, and then 6 through 10 or 6 through 11 now. The Rockets have boosted up. But yeah, this, you have the top 8 teams in the league just right there together. And it's interesting because the Stars are really hot right now, but I'm very scared of Colorado.
And the winner of the regular season gets
we get a banner.
They get a banner. Okay.
Now, they get a trophy for the overall winner of the winner of the regular season gets the President's Trophy. So the best team in the league, they get a trophy and a banner. And each conference gets a banner if you're the regular season champion. It looks weird. It feels awkward. And it's very not American to be raising a banner for regular season champion of the conference. But I actually like it.
Cool.
Part of me getting older and maturing as a human being.
Yeah.
But I just don't like how much expanded the playoffs are. I don't like how useless the regular season feels. Let's compete. Let's play. Let's fight for playoff spots. I don't like the play in that much because I feel like 2/3 of the league gets in. You're going to have in the NBA, you're going to have teams with losing records in
the East for sure.
Yeah, Mavs are crawling back.
Mavs are making a run.
Mavs are down 3 with
89-92.
Let's go. But yeah, in the West, you have now the Warriors will have a winning record. But yeah, in the East for sure, a team with a losing record, 5 games under 500 is going to make the play-in. And it's just, what are we doing there? They're not going to win. They're not going to win anything. You're just making money.
Should I give my quick snippet again for the NBA play-in?
Do it.
Yeah, we talked about this before, but the NBA play-in, I don't like it because too many teams can play to get in the playoffs, and the 10th seed can win 2 games and beat out the 7th seed from the regular season. I just don't think it's fair. So I think the NBA bubble had it right in the fact that the top 7 teams made it. The 8th and the 9th seed battled it out in a 2-game series for the 8th spot if they were within 4 games.
Yeah, that was the bubble rule.
There's a caveat to it.
But yeah, it kills me. Yeah, if the Kings, who've been great all season, who are 5 games ahead of the Warriors, lose 2 straight, all of a sudden they're out. And what was the point of playing 82 games to prove that you were better?
Right. And it's like I was 5 games ahead, and I only lost 2 games, but now I'm out of the playoffs.
Did all that work all year to lose 2 games. Yeah, it just feels like something's off with that.
It's a scam.
It's the same thing as I feel like the Major League Baseball, which just started. They have that little short series. You play 162 games, and you're like, okay, best of 3, best of 5. Just real short sample size compared to what you should.
MKB.
I was searching the wrong thing.
Yeah, you know me.
MKB. What? Let's swap to baseball.
Okay. I don't have a lot on baseball. It's been a minute for me.
I followed it last year because my oldest brother.
Rangers won last year.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out D-Town. They set the tone. They said, hey, we won. Now football and basketball has to go in, and football didn't.
Yeah.
See what happens with the Mavs.
Yeah. And Stars could win too. So, I mean, you still could get at least one more title.
I like this. I like what the Dodgers are doing. If they can figure out this betting thing, which, I'm cool with it. I think it's just covering for his homie.
That seems like what it was.
But they're probably going to be the best team, the most talented. They're kind of like the new Yankees.
They spend so much money. So, yeah, they are the new Yankees. The Yankees in our day were the big spenders. And now just...
Yeah. the unlimited. They still have an unlimited salary cap or no?
You pay. Yeah, so you pay penalties for
Jason Giambi and Alex Rodriguez and everybody went there. I would have gone there. They just didn't ask.
And just say please.
And they still only won like one title.
No, they won 3 straight.
With that group, I mean.
Oh yeah, well with Jeter, they
won in like 99, 2000, like the same time the Lakers were winning, right?
Yes,
but I mean, like with post that like run, I think they only had one other win, which might have been like 2012 or something like that. Yeah, they got 27 World Series titles in total.
It's pretty good, I guess.
But look at from 2000. Take that three-peat out. What years do we have?
09, 2000. 99, 98, 96. So, they three-peated 98, 99, 2000, and then they won again in 09.
Yeah, only one more. Gosh.
Gotcha. So, after the three-peat.
If you guys need anything, just call me. Not going to put my number here, but...
You know the deal.
What'd you think about the betting thing?
I think you're right. I think he's covering for his homie.
He's covering for his homie.
I think
let him slide
because he got the weird thing on the translator is it seems like he didn't really do anything besides be Ohtani's translator all this time. It seems like there were some issues with his resume. Seems like from what I've read. Now I could be wrong about that.
GPA on
obviously, yeah. And so then he probably told his buddy like, "Hey, I'm in a lot of trouble. Can you pay these guys off?" And his buddy's like, "Okay, but shut up, man. Quit gambling." And then, yeah. It'll be interesting to see if the world's most popular player faces any, and someone they kind of need for marketing purposes faces any sort of penalties.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
I think it'll all work out. But a lot of that stuff was flying under the radar, but when you're in LA, that doesn't happen.
No.
They get to know everything that's going on.
Do you want to pick any who your division winners are going to be?
Oof.
Here was last year's. So I will take the Braves again to win the division, obviously. I will take the Cubs to win the division.
Ooh.
And I'll take the Dodgers to win the division. And gosh, there's 3 wild cards. Good Lord. Phillies, Brewers, Padres.
I don't know.
I'll take the Braves to go to the World Series.
I'm going to say the Rangers are not going to repeat. I'll say that much. It's really hard to repeat in baseball. It's really hard to repeat in
any sport, yeah.
I'm going to say the Dodgers win this year.
I'm going to go Braves over Rangers. Over Orioles. Braves over Orioles.
And
in 17.
I need to go. I haven't been to a Rangers game in a couple years either.
I took the boys last year.
What's it called? Something Live?
Globe Life Field.
Yeah, Globe Life Field, but like what's next to it? It's something Live.
Globe Life Park.
Texas Live.
Oh, Texas Live. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were talking about. I thought you were saying something else. Let me tell you,
Texas Live.
Texas. Oh, now it's time to get.
What else we got?
Texas, live in Texas. I gotta pee. I don't know what that is.
Covered the.
Go Stars. Go Mavs. Go Dallas Sports. Greg, if you're watching this, thank you. Thank you for hitting subscribe.
I'm going to. I don't know if I told you this or not. I'm kind of like a half-assed Cowboys fan.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Which cheek?
Left.
I was going to say left.
But I'm thinking about I'm thinking about picking a team.
Oh, a team to follow all year?
For the next 3 years.
I would
committing to a team, and I'm kind of leaning towards the Chargers.
Okay.
Because I like the Harbaugh family. And I want to see what happens over there. I also was always a big fan of the Broncos when I was a kid.
John Elway, the Mile High Salute.
Now that our boy's out of there, I still don't think they're going to be good. But yeah, I'm kicking around some teams. I want to pick a different team and just call that my team, and not like the Chiefs or
no. They got to.
You know what I mean? Just find a team that's kind of maybe middle of the road right now,
but kind of interesting. It can't be for me. It can't be.
I think it's going to be the Chargers.
Yeah, I
like that.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll be Charger fans this year. Bolt up.
Yeah,
I've always liked the colors.
Rivers jerseys.
Yeah,
Drew Brees jerseys.
Dan
LaDainian.
Fouts.
Oh, I used to love Tomlinson.
Dude, that's part of why I've been
Are we
following.
going to be Chargers fans?
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
I've been a closet
Let's go San
Chargers
Diego.
fan because of LaDainian Tomlinson in fantasy football. Antonio
Done.
Gates,
We just picked
loved
a team.
it. So we'll be closet Charger fans.
Yeah.
There's like teams. So I don't know about you, but there's certain teams I love and certain teams I just can't. So
I can't even.
I can't even. So the Chargers I can. The
Right.
Raiders I can't even.
I'm the same way. I don't like, especially now that they're in Vegas. I'm like,
Yeah.
it just feels like
What's wrong?
It's
What's
like
wrong?
dark. I don't know. You're like, I don't like y'all.
Broncos were fine with Elway, but they became a Peyton Manning a no-go in my mind.
Yeah,
And I can't get over that.
And I forget about that. The Colts are just boring now.
Oh, gosh. I
They
like
had their
them.
chance with Andrew Luck,
Yeah.
and they just didn't do it. The Texans are actually pretty good.
Texans fine with Jaguars.
I
Cowboys,
can't do Texans. That feels like
they're fine. They're like the middle of the road, like the
it just
Broncos
feels
to me.
wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Titans, I have no feeling they're in the middle. I don't care one way or the other.
Yeah.
Jaguars, I always liked the double J alliteration.
Well, JJ.
Well, JJ. Steelers, I just can't get behind.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just because the rivalry with the Cowboys or.
I'm the same. Yeah.
But
there's
Bengals,
something.
Browns, and Ravens, I'm fine with all those teams. I can get
cool
behind any
with
of them. As far as the East, the Jets, I like to make fun of.
Yeah.
They're
Let's see
never
how they do with A-Rod this year.
Dolphins, Bills, whatever.
So we're gonna be low key. We're gonna low key go for the Chargers.
Yeah.
So that's set in stone. I'm good with Harbaugh. I like what's his name, Herbert.
Herbert.
Yeah, and I think they can make things work.
Here's my fantasy football note of the year. The 49ers were 30th throwing the ball or passing yards with Harbaugh as the coach. Now, some of that is because he doesn't like throwing the ball, and some of that is because they were winning. And so when you think of fantasy football and Justin Herbert, who has been a fantasy just phenom,
Beast.
I don't know why I said that. Phenomena. But he won't be throwing as much this year. So watch out for that. So that's my fantasy tip for you for the day. But yeah, go Chargers, go Harbaugh. Do a quick score update. Duke over Houston. My Final Four is beyond screwed.
Did they win?
Duke won.
Let's go.
And looks like all four of my Final Four will be out in the Sweet 16.
Sorry,
So
bud.
I'm going to sign out and go throw some chairs, whatever it is we do. And peace out.
First live episode. I enjoyed this.
That was good.
Yeah. We'll have to
Till
do it
next
again.
time.
Peace.